Welcome to Bristol, Florida, as we get set for baseball on a Saturday morning and almost a Saturday afternoon here in Bristol, of course, where you may be listening to the coverage. Might not quite be there, as we are just across the river from the Central Time Zone. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage here in Florida-Dixie Youth Baseball, AAA Division I. Sebring taking on Marianna. And let me start by saying, nope, there's nothing wrong with your computer. There is no picture. The bandwidth allows us only to do audio. So as a result, we'll get a scoreboard up there for you and try to keep up with the hits and errors and runs, but won't be able to bring you a picture. Compliments of the lack of bandwidth. Well, we were about to get play underway as Marianna, decked out in the purple, takes on Sebring, decked out in the blue, but just prior to the first pitch, both coaches coming to home plate, having a conversation with the umpires. That conversation apparently brief. It's over, and we're ready to get baseball underway. Sebring is the visiting squad, and this one is Makai Taylor. Steps into the batter's box, sporting that neon green stick. Right-hander awaiting the pitch, and it's a little too tall from pitcher Cooper Castleberry. Getting the offense set for Sebring. Makai Taylor starting things off. Camden Engler batting in the 2 spot. Hunter Stone is the 3-hitter. There is the pitch that's inside. 2-0. Dawson West hits 4th. Tanner Simmons is the 5-hitter. Jet DeWitt batting 6th for Sebring. Trip Hanley is the 7-hitter. Zach Hurst batting in the 8 spot. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate from Castleberry. Jesus Paniagua batting in the 9 hole. Tyler Green hits 10th. Kobe Moshing is the 11-hitter, and A.J. Hernandez batting 12th for Sebring. Pitch is fouled back this direction, out of play, and the count will even at 2 on Taylor. Marianna's got Cooper Castleberry on the hill. Behind the plate is Cody Byrd. Jordan Broxton at first, the second baseman Aiden Smith, and shortstop Landon Gammons, and Luke Thomas has third. In the outfield, Riley Atkinson in left. It is swatted towards short. Ricochets off Gammons into center field. And that's got Taylor on. So the E6 will put a base runner aboard for Sebring, as we've officially got this one underway. To get to the rest of the outfield, Riley Atkinson in left. The center fielder is Mason Wood, and Keaton Foster over in right. One aboard as Camden Engler steps in, goes after the first pitch, and sends it foul. Sebring decked out in the blue jerseys. I think that is a gray tint to the trousers, kind of a whitish gray. Sebring across the chest, the name of the player between the shoulder blades, and the numbers on the back, all in white. Trying to bunt the runner over. Taylor goes, thrown to second. It's there in time. What a throw down by catcher Cody Byrd. Got it to Gammons. Gammons lays the tag on Taylor, and Taylor caught stealing. So no damage done by the error that put Taylor on. He's caught trying to steal second. And there is one away for Camden England. Hunter Stone to the on-deck circle. Marianna, as this one is popped up to center field. Mason Wood steps back one, makes the catch, 2 away. So 2 down for Hunter Stone. And Dawson West moving to the on-deck circle. Marianna, if you've watched Marianna over the years, you understand there's going to be a little purple splashed into the uniform. The jerseys in purple, trousers in white. Here is the pitch to Stone. It is wrapped over towards third, but foul. So Taylor gets on with the error, caught stealing second. Engler with a fly out to center field. And there's 2 away for Hunter Stone. As we are into the top part of the first. A game slated for 6, unless, of course, somebody's got a really big lead after 3, and maybe not quite as large a lead after 4. Or if it's all knotted up after 6, we'll play on. A little cloudy on the horizon. Hopefully the rain holds off. There is a call for some showers. Pitch low and away to Stone. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stone awaits. 2 gone, top part of the first. Socked over to third, the line drive. Shot caught by Thomas. So despite the error, they got Taylor on. He's caught stealing second. Then Engler and Stone go down. Turns into a 3-up, 3-down, top part of the inning. Sebring scoreless after a half inning. We go to the bottom of the first. And Marianna's coming to bat.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving kick by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the first after a scoreless top part of the inning. Again, a recap. Top part of Sebring's first. Taylor reaches on an error at shortstop by Gammons. Tries to steal second. Thrown out by Bird. And then Engler with a fly out to center field. Stone with a line out to third. And that put an end to the top part of the first. Sends us to the bottom of the inning. Marianna's Aiden Smith starting things off. Landon Gammons batting in the 2 spot. Cody Bird hits third. Luke Thomas in cleanup. First pitch hit towards right field. Green will come in and make the catch. And there's one away. So 1 pitch, 1 gone on the bottom of the first. Jordan Broxton hits 5th. Riley Atkinson is the 6th hitter. Cooper Castleberry bats 7th. It is Landon Cornelius in the 8th spot. Keaton Foster hitting 9th. Mason Wood is the 10 hitter. Bryce Mitchell hits 11th. And Stephen Stewart in the 12 hole. Wrapped over towards second. It's gobbled up there by DeWitt. Over to first with a throw and gets Gammons on the 4-3 putout. Well, 2 pitches, 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. And that will send Cody Bird to the plate. Well, we better hurriedly get through the defense of Sebring, as there's already 2 away. Makai Taylor on the hill. Zach Hewitt behind the plate. And first, Dawson West, the second baseman, is Jet DeWitt. Well, we won't have a 3-pitch inning, as that pitch is waited on by Bird and caught the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Hunter Stone at short. Camden Engler at third. Right on cue. Shot goes to short. Stone fields, goes to first, gets Bird on the 6-3. And, of course, that outfield for Sebring. Kobe Moshing is in left. The center fielder is Tanner Simmons. And in right, Tyler Green. So an uneventful first. 3 go up, 3 go down in the top part. Same in the bottom part. We head to the second, and it's Marianna and Sebring scoreless.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving kick by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the top of the second. Dawson West coming to the plate. Tanner Simmons and Jet DeWitt due up in the inning, too. You see a number there on your screen. That's your shout-out number, 334-488-1385. But we do ask that you text the shout-outs. Love the calls. Love to be able to sit and talk a bit, but especially on a day like today where it's audio only, I got to kind of call the game. So if you'll text me the shout-outs, we'll do our best to get those out to the players, teams. By the way, here's the stuff we're looking for in a shout-out. Who's it to, where's it from, and what's it about? Kind of a who, what, where, when kind of thing. 334-488-1385. The number on your screen is the number to text to. And we kind of like to get an idea, too, as to what parts of the country or what parts of the world is watching the coverage as West steps in, the right-hander, as we get ready to get the top part of the second underway. Shout-out says, we love you, Kai, watching all the way back home. Love Layla and Kasia. Thank you very much. And yes, thank you for the pronunciation guide. I can butcher Smith, so I can definitely take care of butchering Kasia as well. So thanks for the pronunciation guy. Shout out just says hi. All right, hello. And another says, let's go Sebring from the Fords. Thank you very much, Fords. 334-488-1385. West awaits. And the pitch is a little bit low, a little outside as well. West, Simmons, and DeWitt here in the top part of the second. In a scoreless contest, the only base runner, Taylor, got on compliments of the error. Caught stealing. One hopper goes to third. Thomas Fields over to first with a throw. There was a bobble on the first base side. Jordan Broxton couldn't hang on. Well, from this vantage point, it looked like the throw was there, but just a little bit of a bobble, and that's got West on to begin the second. So Sebring with a base runner. And Tanner Simmons coming to the plate. Well, there is a limit to the number of pitches an individual can throw. In this, the 10 and under, it's 75. Of course, Taylor in the bottom of the first didn't do any damage to the pitch count. Boy, he didn't have to throw many pitches to get 3 gone. It is bunted foul by Simmons. Right-hander trying to lay the bunt down and get West over into scoring position. Your Aunt Lupe said you got this, Jesus. Thank you very much, Aunt Lupe. Texting in at 334-488-1385. Jet DeWitt to the on-deck circle. Simmons bunting right back up the middle. Castleberry's only play at first. He will get Simmons, but West goes to second. So the sacrifice gets West into scoring position for Sebring. And there is one away with Jet DeWitt coming to the plate. Well, our first round of games in O-Zone play, Division I, Spring Hill American, a 3-2 winner over Sebring. And, of course, there was no majors game. That's because Ridge Manor had to back out of the tournament. So the first majors game getting underway at noon. AAA Division II, Avon Park, an 18-3 winner over Franklin County. And in Division I, as this one has popped up towards center field, drops in for DeWitt. And the base hit will put runners at first and third. Throw coming to the plate. That gives DeWitt an opportunity to get to second. So now runners both in scoring position. And Sebring is poised to plate runs here in the top part of the second and picks up their first base hit of the game. Trip Hanley, the left-hander, stepping in. That has got Keaton Foster, the right fielder, backing up a little bit. Here's the pitch from Castleberry, swung on and missed. And then your other 9 a.m. game this morning was in AAA Division I, where Spring Hill National beat Chipley 20-2. Of course, all the scores posted on our Facebook page. Pitches inside, and the count will even at 1. And obviously, we would love for you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Not only so you can keep up on scores and what's happening here in Bristol. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, 1-2 on Hanley. Left-hander backing out of the box and raised the right hand, the palm skyward as if to say, I don't know about that one. Here's the 1-2 offering from Castleberry. Zach Hewitt moves to the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. And out will go Hanley for out number 2. So Castleberry's first strikeout of the game, a big one, as Hanley becomes out number 2 and Zach Hewitt steps in. Jesus Paniagua moving to the on-deck circle. Now let's see what that iPhone weather app weather calls for. It's saying right now a 40% chance of rain at 3. It is 12:17. 3 o'clock is the slated start time for the next game here on Field 4. So let's hope there is no precip in our future. Although we're in Florida and it's in July. And there's some rain south of us. It is chopped over towards second, scooped up by Smith, and Smith will go to first to get Hewitt on the 4-3 putout. So a couple of base runners are stranded, but nobody scores in the top of the second. Still a scoreless game. We head to the bottom of the inning. Thomas Broxton and Atkinson all coming up for Marianna.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on his 6.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the second. Luke Thomas stepping in to start things off for Marianna. And Jordan Broxton, Riley Atkinson, 2 up in the inning, 2. A scoreless contest. Sebring looked like they were going to put some runs on the board in the top part of the second. West and DeWitt get on, but they both go down. Strike on the outside part of the plate to Thomas. First toss from Taylor. Here in the bottom part of the second. Here's the wind-up delivery. It is popped in the direction of center field, but not much movement from Tanner Simmons. Hit right to the center fielder, and Luke Thomas is out, number 1. So 4 in a row set down by Taylor as we're in the bottom part of the second. Jordan Broxton coming to the plate. I mentioned it's cloudy here, and the forecast does say maybe some rain at 3. Of course, I guess we need to look on the bright side. It says a 40% chance of rain, which I guess means there's a 60% chance it won't. Pitch on the outside part of the plate to Broxton, 0-1. So we're going to lean in favor of that 60% that it won't. Here's the 0-1 pitch into the strike zone, brought it right down the middle to Broxton. And it is 0-2. Riley Atkinson moves to the on-deck circle. High inside delivery. Shout out says, good luck, Chewy, from Shelby, Bella, and Obadiah. And I am fairly confident I chopped up several names. So if you want to stick a pronunciation guide on those shout outs too, not just who they're to, but who they're from, feel free. Riley Atkinson on deck. 1 away, nobody aboard. Bottom of the second, Marianna looking for their first base runner of the game. A little bit of a breeze, and I'm looking at the flags to the outfield to kind of gauge where the wind is coming from. Broxton trying to hold up on the swing. I don't know if it was the swing or the pitch that got the strike, but nonetheless, Taylor with his first strike out of the game. And Riley Atkinson will come to the plate with 2 gone. Cooper Castleberry moving to the on-deck circle. Pitch just a little bit high to Atkinson. When you get to the top of the third, it's Jesus Paniagua who will lead things off. Tyler Green and Colby Moshing due up in the Sebring inning as well. Just got back from Sebring. Great host for the machine pitch and T-ball state tournaments last weekend. Mention all the folks there at Sebring. Kudos. Great job. And, of course, here in Bristol, got Ray at the helm, and they always do a super job here, too. Grounder goes to second, going to his knees to field is DeWitt. Throw to first, though, not in time. And that's going to be an Atkinson infield base hit. So Marianna will get their first base runner via their first base hit of the game. Here with 2 gone on the bottom of the second, Cooper Castleberry coming to the plate. Landon Cornelius moves to the on-deck circle. I mentioned Facebook and Twitter. Here's a big part of the reason you want to follow us. Of course, we like it because we want lots of followers. I like to hog all the friends. But you're going to like it because if there are things that delay the game, like rain and the start time's pushed back, or you log in and there's nothing going on and you wonder why, we post all that information. Strike on the inside part of the plate to Castleberry to even the count up at 1. You find us on Facebook at Jock Jive Sports, on Twitter at Jock Jive. Pitch low and inside, couple of balls and a strike on Castleberry. Bottom of the second, Marianna with her first base runner, Atkinson over at first. Well, here's what lies ahead if you get a victory in this one. As the pitch will go to the screen, that's got Atkinson on his way to second, and he gets there safely. So the pitch outside of the strike zone, and wound up going back to the screen before Hewitt could get to it. You've got Atkinson in scoring position. A victory in this one gets you a 3 p.m. ball game tomorrow against Spring Hill. Lose and you're playing Chipley in an elimination game tomorrow at noon. Strike on the inside part of the plate to Castleberry. Well, Castleberry is walked over to first. Now you got a couple of base runners on for Landon Cornelius. So Marianna making some two-out noise here in the bottom part of the second. Atkinson getting on compliments of the infield single. Matt Taylor pitch into the dirt, goes to the screen. Runners advance, throw to third, able to get in safely is Atkinson. Well, it was Sebring with a couple of base runners in scoring position in the top part of the second. Now Marianna with two aboard in the bottom part of the inning. And Landon Cornelius will come to the plate. Keaton Foster, the on-deck circle. And it is Cornelius with an opportunity to drive in the first runs of the game. We will see how Taylor fares here in the bottom of the second. Castleberry got into this same jam, 2-on, 2 gone, and was able to get Hewitt to ground into the 4-3. Now it is Taylor with 2 gone and 2 on. Pitching to Cornelius, and the pitch is too far inside. Runners at second and third. Foster on deck. When you get to the third, it's the 9, 10, and 11 hitters due up for Sebring. There was a big cut, but no contact from Cornelius. And the count evens up at 2 each. Well, if you want to send it out of this park, I am assuming it's about 200 feet from the launching pad to the fence. And Cornelius with a big cut there was hoping to drive in 3 with one swing of the bat. Pitches inside, and the count now full. Two on, full count on Cornelius, first open. And Foster, the 9-hitter, awaiting on deck. Taylor deals too far inside, and there's the second consecutive walk. And the base is now loaded up for Marianna. So an Atkinson infield single, walks of Castleberry and Cornelius load things up for Marianna as Keaton Foster comes to the plate. And Mackay Taylor in a wee bit of a jam here in the bottom part of the second. And that's going to bring Coach out to have a conversation with Taylor. Brian Simmons, the manager for Sebring. His coaches are Jason DeWitt and David West. Meanwhile, Zach Byrne, the manager of the Marianna squad, with Adam Gammons and Steven Stewart, his coaching staff. So a brief conversation. It's over. Cornelius at first, Castleberry at second, Atkinson at third. Taylor steps back up onto the bump to face Keaton Foster. And the first pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Marianna trying to take advantage of a bases loaded scenario. Here in the bottom of the second, popped up behind the plate, able to make the catch is Hewitt. So Bulldogs got on to first, second, and third, but they are stranded and nobody scores in the bottom of the second. We are headed to the third. Sebring and Marianna scoreless.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
Championship t-shirt.
East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the top of the third. Jesus Paniagua. And again, I hope I am not butchering that too severely. Jesus Paniagua leading things off. Tyler Green, Kobe Moshing due up in the inning too. Marianna loaded things up in the bottom of the second, but couldn't get anybody in. Meanwhile, Sebring had a couple of base runners stranded in the second and brought no one in. Swing and a miss by Paniagua. More shout-outs. Let's get it Jesus from Big Game in Sebring. Go Sebring from proud aunt of number 14, Kobe Moshing. Hashtag ball life. Jet to win. We will take a win from a birthday today. Love JoJo and Papa. Happy birthday to you. Well, based on the pronunciation guide sent, I think I'm getting the name right at Paniagua. It is wrapped over towards short, bobbled by Gammons. And that has been the leadoff thing, top part of every inning, an error. Had an E6 in the first, an E3 in the second, now an E6 in the third. And Sebring with a base runner. As Marianna commits their third error. Tyler Green coming to the plate. Kobe Moshing moves to the on-deck circle. Pitcher's a little bit outside for ball one to Green. When you get to the bottom of the third, it's the 10, 11, and 12 hitters coming to the plate for Marianna. Wood, Mitchell, and Stewart. Just a little bit outside with the pitch. Paniagua, the base runner over at first. Green batting. Top part of the third. Scoreless game thus far. Well, that's obviously a little different than the previous AAA games. You had 22 runs in one, and you had 21 in the other. This one's got nothing thus far. More of a pitcher's duel than a hit-a-thon. Right-hander Green awaiting. 2 balls, 1 strike on Green. Pitch a little bit outside, 3-1. Cooper Castleberry has not issued a walk in the game thus far. But runs the count 3-1 on Green. Pitch low, and given the walk is Green. Paniagua goes to second. Couple of base runners on for Sebring here in the top part of the third. Kobe Moshing next. A.J. Hernandez to the on-deck circle. Sebring with a couple of base runners in scoring position, trying to get the game's first runs. Here in the top part of the third, showing bunt, pulling back, pitch outside. And it is 1-0 on Moshing. Clouds continuing to build, a little bit darker with each passing minute here as we are 35 minutes into this one. And time asked for by Marianna. As coach will go out to the bump and have a conversation with Castleberry. Castleberry giving up one base hit. Jet DeWitt with a single in the second. His first walk issued moments ago to Green, and he's got a strikeout tossed in to Trip Handley. But right now a couple of base runners on, prompting coach to have a meeting of the minds on the mound. And the youngsters talking with their coach before Castleberry will step back onto the bump. Back into the box will go Moshing. More of a motivational seminar, just trying to motivate Cooper Castleberry. Steps off the backside of the bump. He will step onto the hill with a couple of base runners on. Green and Paniagua at first and second respectively. I got the last syllable wrong. It is Jesus Paniagua instead of Gua. So thank you very much. These youngsters who obviously were all-stars for the regular season, playing in a state tournament for a chance to get to the World Series in Ruston, Louisiana, need to have the names pronounced correctly. So it is Paniagua, who is at second. Green, the base runner, at first. Moshing awaiting the Castleberry pitch. It is bunted right back up the middle. Castleberry fields, goes over to first with a throw. That's going to pull first baseman Broxton off the bag. Even if it's on its mark, it's bang bang at first, but it was a little bit off. And Broxton had to reach, pulling the foot off the bag to make the catch. And Moshing will get on to load things up. And here's the second visit to the mound, which means Castleberry is apparently done for the afternoon. I'm assuming the same per standard baseball, the visits to the mound are in play. So Castleberry getting his second visit in the inning is going to have to go, although he continues to stand on the bump. And now hands the baseball over to Landon Gammons. So Gammons will get some warm-up tosses, and we will get the top of the third back underway.
A player in the game.
The Dwarf King movie is officially going into pre-production.
Sending somebody to Guatemala
to track down all the things that'll make it authentic.
I told them you would go too.
No, I'm not getting in an airplane, and I'm not going to Guatemala.
We need to know exactly what's happening before the freaking Wonder Twins unite.
I have a spy on the ground. He's giving me information. I want to be a player.
Charge between 3 and 5K. Shouldn't be a problem, should it?
They think that we're a part of this American drug cartel, La Rubia and El Bruto.
No one messes with LJ!
El Bruto? I kind of like that. That's got a ring to it.
You just have to make sure that first, they don't succeed.
You're not trying to Bill Cosby me.
The new pitcher is Landon Gammons. And it's Castleberry who will go to third. Shot into left field. Base hit for A.J. Hernandez. The 12-hitter delivering with a single that will draw first blood. So Hernandez with an RBI single. Driving in Paniawa. Green goes to third. Moshing is at second. And Sebring getting on the board. Back to the top of the order, Mackay Taylor steps in. Reaches, drives it right between Castleberry and the line. That has got Green in to score. Rounding third, Moshing. He will come in and score. Taylor with a double that has 2 driven in. And Sebring takes a 3-zip lead. Camden Engler to the plate. Got a couple of base runners on. Hernandez now the base runner at third. At second is Taylor. And Sebring taking a 3-zip advantage. Landon Gammons moving in from short. There was a swing and a miss by Engler. The numbers on Castleberry. 2 innings worked, 11 he faced, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, gave up a couple of hits, and will be charged with 3 runs. He goes over to third, moving from third to short is Luke Thomas. And now you got Landon Gammons on the hill. Engler a pop out to center field in the first, batting here in the third with 2 on and nobody gone. It is shoved foul over towards third. Hunter Stone moves to the on-deck circle. Here's the windup and delivery from Gammons. Just a little bit outside with the pitch, 1-2. So a big top part of the third. Sebring getting 3 in. 9, 10, and 11 coming in score. The irony, I guess a bit of an irony, is that 10 and 11 won't show up. So the productive part of the lineup thus far in the game for Sebring kind of lopped off after the first trip through the rotation. You got a 12-man rotation offensively to begin with, and then 9 every trip through thereafter. So 10, 11, and 12, 2 of which scored, the other which drove in a run. Won't be batting next time through the rotation. Slapped over towards Castleberry, grabs it at third, goes over to first with a throw, not in time, and it brings in Hernandez. Well, Castleberry did everything he could do. Fielded cleanly, fires over quickly, but that's going to be an Engler base hit that drives in a run and makes it a 4-zip advantage. That is base hit number 5 for Sebring. And it puts runners at first and third. Taylor is at third. Engler, the base runner, at first for Hunter Stone. Throw goes to second. That was to bait the throw. Taylor will come in and score from third. Engler went back to first after doing his job in baiting the throw of Bird down to second to get Taylor in to score. And Sebring with a big top part of the third, 5 runs plating now. And a base runner on for Hunter Stone. Stone with a line out to third in the first. Dawson West moves to the on-deck circle. It is bunted back to Gammons, goes over to field, bare hands, nice play at first, able to get it there in time to get the out. Going to third, though, is Engler. So the sacrifice goes 1-3, gets Engler to third. And there is one away. Dawson West coming to the plate. Tanner Simmons will move to the on-deck circle. So Sebring with a big top part of the inning. West, who reached on an error and got to third, stranded there in the second. To the plate here in the third. Marianna in the bottom part of the inning will send Wood, Mitchell, and Stewart to the plate. High and inside with the pitch. Two balls, no strikes on West. Paniawa starting off the inning, reached on an error. Green then with a walk. Moshin with an infield single. Then Hernandez with a base hit. In drove in Paniawa. Taylor follows with a double that drives in Green and Moshin. And then Engler with a single that brings in Hernandez. And now Engler at third. And West trying to drive in the sixth Sebring run of the game in the inning. Gammon's able to deliver into the strike zone. Two balls, one strike on West. Here's the 2-1 offering. Slap towards Castleberry at third. Takes an evil hop on him. Got him right in the chest and maybe in the Adam's apple. Then drops to the dirt. That's got Engler in to score, and West will be on. And that will, at least in my scorebook, now mine is not the official, but I'm registering that as an error. It dribbles off the end of the stick for Simmons, and Gammons can't get it. Knew he had to make the play quickly to get the out over at first and try to make the bare hand, instead left the ball behind. And Simmons credited with a base hit. And a couple of base runners on now for Jet DeWitt, and it looks like Gammons is going to come out. Well, let's keep it right here until we know for sure there's a new guy on the bump for Marianna. Gammons came in, faced Hernandez. Then Taylor, Engler, Stone, West, and Simmons. The lone out, the sacrifice on Stone, and indeed a new pitcher coming in. We'll have the new guy when we return.
A player in the game?
The Dwarf King movie is officially going into pre-production.
You're sending somebody to Guatemala.
To track down all the things that'll make it authentic.
I told them you would go too.
No, I'm not getting in an airplane, and I'm not going to Guatemala.
We need to know exactly what's happening before the freaking Wonder Twins unite.
I have a spy on the ground. He's giving me information. I want to be a player.
Charge between 3 and 5K. Shouldn't be a problem, should it?
They think that we're a part of this American drug cartel, La Rubia and El Bruto.
No one messes with LJ!
El Bruto? I kind of like that. That's got a ring to it.
You just have to make sure that first, they don't succeed.
You're not trying to Bill Cosby me.
The new pitcher is Riley Atkinson for Marianna, as Landon Gammons will leave after working a third of an inning. Facing 6, no strikeouts, No walks, 4 hits given up. Thus far, 3 runs allowed. A couple of base runners on. That would be his responsibility. As Riley Atkinson comes in from left field, and there have been some other changes on the defense for Marianna. And in trying to spot all the changes, I see that Castleberry has gone to second. And the former second baseman, Aiden Smith, is now at third. Luke Thomas, who started the game at third, stays at short. He went to short when Gammons moved from short to the hill. It is shot too short, knocked down by Thomas. Underhanded to second to get the out there of Simmons. West will go to third. And the 6-4 put out is out number 2. So runners at first and third for Trip Handley. Shout out says Uncle Kevin and Aunt Cindy are cheering Jet DeWitt and Team Sebring on for a win. Another one that says big Cam Man style from Coach Tony. Runners come in from third. Meanwhile, it is DeWitt that enticed the run to second. DeWitt trying to get back to first and cannot. He will be tagged out. And I guess the question is, did the run count that scored before the tag out over at first? So I would assume the answer is yes. As we go to the bottom of the third, Sebring of 7-zip.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the third. Mason Wood starting things off. Bryce Mitchell, Steven Stewart due up in the Marianna third. A big top part of the inning for Sebring. They will send a total of 10 to the plate. Get 7 in before 3 go down. 6 hits now in the game for the Sebring squad as we head into the bottom part of the third. More shout outs. This one says big Cam Man style from Coach Tony. Let's go Stone. Beware of the Gumby Nation. Let's make some noise. Sebring from Dad in Bradenton, Florida. You got one to take, Sebring? Go Tanner. Love from your whole family celebrating 27th annual reunion in Venice, Florida. We missed you guys. Well, happy family reunion to you. We're going to play baseball, Sebring. Wish we were there. Go number 1. Tanner Simmons, Nana, and Pawpaw. 334-488-1385 to send shout-outs. Wood, Mitchell, and Stewart from Marianna in the bottom of the third. And we are getting confirmation, but we do indeed think the run counted. West coming in to score before DeWitt was tagged out for out number 3 in the top of the third. Turning it into a 7-run Sebring third as we get into the bottom part of the inning. Mackay Taylor still on the bump for Sebring. Marianna has used 3 hurlers. Started with Castleberry, went to Gammons, and Atkinson on the mound when the top of the third came to an end. First pitch out of the strike zone. Ball 1 to Wood. Win and you advance. Lose and you advance. But win and you're in the winner's bracket. Lose, you drop into the loser's bracket. And then, of course, got elimination games coming up tomorrow. So you lose this one, you got some pressure mounting to stay into the tournament. Outside with a pitch to Wood, 2-1. Marianna's lone base hit of the game, Riley Atkinson, who got a 2-out infield single in the second. And then Taylor walked Castleberry and Cornelius to load things up before Foster popped out behind the plate. Popped up over into foul territory, giving a chase from first is West, but he can't get there. And the count will even at 2 on Mason Wood. Well, you got 4 fields playing baseball today over in Ozone Division 2. It is Franklin and Shalimar. That is popped up towards left field, trying to get out to get it from short as Hunter Stone can't bring it in. And Mason Wood's got a base hit, and then a throw around on the infield. Wood taking a tumble at second. Throw goes to third, and he will scamper back to the bag. So it is a single and an error that gets Wood into scoring position for Marianna to begin the third. And Marianna will pick up their second base hit of the game. First time they've had leadoff aboard, though. And Marianna trying to get back into the ball game with a big bottom of the third. Well, Taylor went into his windup and then held up. I don't know if Bryce Mitchell had called for time. I would assume he had, or that would have been a balk if they allow balks at this level. Strike on the outside part of the plate to Mitchell. Mitchell, the left-hander, with a base runner in scoring position, Wood. Here in the bottom of the third, when you get to the fourth for Sebring, Hanley, Hewitt, and Paniawa all coming to the plate. That one gets out of the strike zone. Count is full, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Mitchell goes down. Wood still at second. And Taylor will pick up his second strikeout of the game. One away with Steven Stewart coming to the plate. Then it's back to the top of the Marianna order. Aiden Smith awaiting his opportunity next. One away, one aboard, bottom of the third. Marianna and Sebring, that one over the head of Stewart. Had to backtrack, duck, and do a lot of stuff to get out of the way of the pitch. Shout out says, go Green and Taylor for the boys at home. Low and away with the pitch, 2-0. And don't forget, every game we broadcast available. We can send a download to you, $5 each. Just a meager $5. Do without what? A cup or two of coffee? It is fouled off, 2-1. To get the process started, email us info@jockjive.com. Info, I-N-F-O, @jockjive.com. Well, and Lupe saying, did you get my text? Yes, we said hello to Jesus earlier, but be glad to do it again so you can hear as well. Swing and a miss, count even at 2. Steven Stewart trying to drive in the first Marianna run here in the bottom part of the third. So we had Lupe saying hello, and you got this, Jesus. Fouled off by Stewart. The count stays even. Two balls, two strikes. Base runner on bag two, one away. Here's the pitch. Slapped over towards right field. That's going to drop in as a Stewart base hit. No, wait a minute. Coming in from right field with a strong arm toss, Green. Actually, that's Hernandez now over in right. He just picked up and fired to the bag and got Stewart on one of those unusual 9-3 putouts. Well, when it drifted between first baseman West and second baseman DeWitt, thought it was going to be a base hit. But Hernandez just rips a rocket to first and got Stewart on the 9-3. And that'll send us back to the top of the order. On the elbow, Aiden taking a pitch from Taylor. And Aiden Smith will get on. So as a hit batsman, he's over at first. And Landon Gammons step in. Outside, goes to the screen, coming in from third. Wood, he's tagged out. Here and able to get it. Taylor was covering the plate. Tags out Wood, who was trying to take advantage of a toss that goes to the screen instead of a run plating. We are headed to the fourth with Sebring and that 7-zip shutout still intact.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head at the top of the fourth. Trip Hanley starting things off for Sebring. Zach Huron and Jesus Paniawa moving to the plate at some point during the top part of the fourth. Marianna looked like they might get their first run of the game. Mason Wood over at third. A pitch that goes into the dirt during the Landon Gammons at bat. To the screen. Smith heads to second. Wood heads home, but tagged out at the plate. And Marianna goes scoreless in the bottom of the third as we head to the fourth, a 7-zip advantage. Riley Atkinson, who came in the third, replacing Landon Gammons. And through to one-hitter Jet DeWitt. Starting things off here in the top of the fourth. On the mound, Trip Hanley into the box. Shout out says, go Cam and Jesus from Sebring. First pitch swung on a miss by Hanley. Left-hander out in front of the Atkinson pitch. Way outside. Count evens, one each. Top of the fourth. Hanley chasing one outside. 1 ball, couple of strikes. 7 runs, and they all played it in the 3rd inning for Sebring. Scoreless 1st and 2nd. And then 7 in the top part of the 3rd. Marianna scoreless innings 1 through 3. Wide with the pitch to even the count at 2. Trip Hanley, a strikeout victim in the 2nd. That was when Cooper Castleberry was pitching. Swing, a miss, and out goes Hanley. So for the first time in the contest, leadoff is not getting on. Or is that gotten? Hey, my English is about as good as my study habits were back in school. Gotten on the 3 previous innings. First pitch, hear it, chops it over towards short, fielded there by Thomas over to first, not in time. And that's going to be an infield here at single. And Sebring with a base runner at first, 1 away. Jesus Paniawa moves from the on-deck circle to the plate here in the 4th. And looks like we may have a runner for Hewitt. And we do, and I believe that is A.J. Hernandez. The numbers are on the back of the jerseys, not on the front for Sebring, but I think I saw a pair of 7s. And yep, that is Hernandez now running for Hewitt over at first. Shout out says, go Kai, Jet, Dawson, and Colby from Sebring. One out, one on as Jesus Paniawa steps in. Mackay Taylor moves to the on-deck circle. Paniawa thought about it, apparently committed on the swing, 0-1. Tried to hold up on the high pitch from Atkinson, but could not. A 7-zip Sebring lead, pitches inside. Nice job of stopping it by Bird. If it goes to the screen, then Hewitt's runner, Hernandez, is on his way to second. Swinging and a miss by Paniawa. A lot of baseball between now and about midweek. Popped up, back over the backstop and out of play. Bird gives it a look, but it will get out of play, and Paniawa will step back in again. Go Hunter, Cam, and Jesus from your buds back in Sebring. Thanks, buds. 334-488-1385 to send shout-outs. Off the end of the stick, foul. Hernandez had broke towards second. He will go back to the bag at first. Marianna in the bottom of the 4th will send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. Gammons, Bird, and Thomas. But the Sebring squad in no hurry to get to the bottom of the 4th. Here's the Atkinson pitch, popped high into the air. Back behind second, getting onto the grass. He made the catch, and then apparently when trying to pull it out of it, dropped it. And the official says that's good enough for an out. Paniawa with a pop out to short for out number 2. And there's 2 gone as we're back to the top of the order. Mackay Taylor next. Taylor reached on an error and doubled. He's driven in a couple of runs, 1 for 2, with 1 run plated and 2 RBIs. Atkinson's pitch outside, ball 1, throw to second. Hernandez able to get there safely with a stolen base. close play at second with a strong bird throw down. But Hernandez able to get there safely. And now in scoring position for Sebring. Taylor would love to drive in his third run of the game. Drove in Green and Moshing with that double back in the third. And the Marianna coach having a conversation with the umpire just to make sure he thought Hernandez was safe. Atkinson, the pitch wrapped over towards short, bounces off the mid of Thomas, picks back up, fires to first. It's in time to get Taylor on the 6-3 putout. Got it there just ahead of the foot crossing the bag by Taylor. And Thomas gets Taylor to leave Hernandez on. Nobody scores in the top of the fourth. We're headed to the bottom of the inning. Marianna sending Gammons, Byrne, and Thomas to the plate when we come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. Landon Gammons will start things off for Marianna. Cody Byrne, Luke Thomas due up in the inning two. Sebring in the top part of the inning send 4 to the plate. 3 go down. Hernandez left on. 1 base hit. Nobody scores in the top of the fourth. As we head to the bottom part of the inning, more shout-outs. Cousin Brittany and Ryan are calling in for more runs from Fallon, Nevada for Jet DeWitt and Sebring. All right, we'll see how that works. Go Cam and Jesus from the Cabrera family. Makai Taylor on the bump as Landon Gammons will come to the plate here in the bottom of the fourth. Well, the sky's looking ominous, but thus far we've avoided any precip. And trying to get this first day of baseball in before any of the wet stuff falls. I mean, you know, if Mother Nature wants to dump rain on the park, you know, anytime between midnight and about 8 a.m. is good with us. It's just from about 6 or 7 on until, you know, 10-ish at night. We'd kind of like to be able to get all the baseball in. Landon Gammons, the same gentleman who was in the box when the bottom of the third came to an end. That was when Wood tried to bring it home from third and was tagged out of the plate. Well, it looks like an appeal of sorts going on down below. The Marianna coach talking with Sam Rudd, who is the gentleman in charge of the umpires. Well, it looks like everybody's happy. You know, when coaches who have made a request or an appeal or have a question to pose, when they walk away with a smile on their face, like, okay, just wanted to get clarification. There is not a thing wrong with asking and getting clarification on a particular instance. Not sure what the instance was that required the input from the officials, but apparently everybody's satisfied. And Landon Gammons will step in to face Makai Taylor here in the bottom of the fourth. Shout out says, go Sebring from Mimi and Pops in Okeechobee. Go Mo Shing. First pitch wrapped into left. Gammons gets on with a single to begin the Marianna fourth. So Marianna, with plans to get rid of the goose egg here in the bottom part of the fourth, gets their leadoff on. It's the second consecutive inning that Marianna has put leadoff aboard. Throw down to first, safely back Gammons, but that was a close play over at first, probably closer than it should have been. Nice strong arm toss by Hewitt to West. Cody Byrne wrapped into the 6-3 in the first. He is 0 for 1 in the game, takes a pitch too far inside, and the count will go even at 1. Luke Thomas moves to the on-deck circle. Sebring 7, Marianna zip. Low and away with a toss, 2-1. Let's see what that weather's like. Well, now it says only a slight chance of showers at 4. Liking that. Although here's the scary part. That's my iPhone weather app that says only a 40% chance at 4. It is typically inaccurate. I have found when it says rain, it won't, and when it says it won't, it will. So let's hope today happens to be the day that the iPhone weather app is right. A little bit of a breeze beginning to pick up as Gammons is over at first. Pitch out of the strike zone to Byrne to run the count full. Luke Thomas on deck. Bottom of the fourth in a 7-zip contest. Mackay Taylor's toss. That goes too far inside, and he'll walk Byrne. For Taylor, it's his third walk of the game. He issued back-to-back walks back in the second. And now his third walk in the fourth. Well, there's certainly a lot of precip around, which is telling us why there's cloud coverage. Let's just hope this spot on the map that right now is clear of precip stays clear. Maybe that stuff south of us will go east, and maybe the stuff north will just keep moving north. Yeah, I guess the stuff north of us we don't have to worry about. It's the stuff south. Luke Thomas popped out in the center field his last at bat. Count even at 1 with a couple of base runners on from Marianna. Hit towards third, fielded there by Engler, steps on the back, gets the out at third, and throws on to second to turn the double play. So Engler stepping on the back for the force out, and then the throw to second gets Byrne. And there's 2 gone with Thomas at first. And a promising start to the fourth. Not quite as promising now with 2 away, and a base runner at first for Jordan Broxton. Pitch high and inside to Broxton. Riley Atkinson moves to the on-deck circle. Popped up towards second. Basket catch made there by DeWitt. And Thomas left on. 4 go up, 3 go down. Thomas left aboard. Nobody scores in the bottom of the fourth. We are headed to the fifth. Sebring up by 7.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
hits a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We had at the top of the fifth Camden Engler, who started that double play that really killed the momentum from Marianna in the bottom of the fourth. Will start the fifth. Hunter Stone, Dawson Westu up in the inning two. Boy, if it does not rain here in Bristol, then we're going to miss a very good chance of precip. It is very cloudy. Skies have gotten dark. I see the trees beginning to blow around the outside the perimeter of the outfield, and then the flags now beginning to pick up. And some fans beginning to pack up the tents in fear of those gusts of wind picking up tents and tossing them to and fro. Camden Engler will start things off. He is 1 for 2. He has popped out the center field single, driven in a run, and scored a run. By the way, don't forget, follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep updated. If there are weather delays, we will let you know when play resumes or why we're not playing. Jock Jive Sports on Facebook and at Jock Jive on Twitter. But yep, the wind's beginning to pick up here. As Atkinson faces Engler, it has popped up over towards third. Catch made there by Aiden Smith. And there is one away. Hunter Stone next. Couple of shout outs. This one says, good luck trip from the Mello family. Another, let's go Stone. Beware of Gumby Nation. Let's make noise. Sebring from Dan and Bradenton. Well, Stone steps in as the breeze begins to pick up and more tents go down. Manually, by the way, not Mother Nature. Over to third. Scooped up at third. That's a new third baseman, by the way. I believe that is Luke Thomas who's back at third. And he is. Gammons has moved back to short, so it is Thomas who fires over to first and gets Stone on the 5-3 for out number 2. And yep, that's a breeze that you hear blowing into the field, Mike, as it gets very windy here in Bristol. Dawson West. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Tanner Simmons to the on-deck circle. Atkinson facing 2, setting them both down. This one wrapped foul over towards third. West has reached on a couple of errors. Got aboard in the second on an E3 and the third on an E5. Came in and scored in the third. He is 0 for 2 in the game. Nobody aboard, 2 gone, top of the fifth. Pitch is just a little bit outside, and the count runs even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Atkinson's pitch wrapped right back up the middle. Knocked down by Gammons. Can't make a throw. That's going to be a base hit, a 2-out single for West. And Sebring will pick up their 8th base hit of the game. It'll bring Tanner Simmons to the plate. Simmons laid down a sacrifice in the second that moved West over and then had a single in the third. He is 1 for 1. Here's the Atkinson pitch, the right-hander. Throws a little wide. Jet DeWitt to the on-deck circle. Atkinson, who came in the third, now working into the fifth. Well over the head of Simmons, and West will take off to second with a wild pitch. So Sebring with a base runner at second for Tanner Simmons. Pitch is outside. Three balls, no strikes on Simmons. Here's the 3-0 offering. High and inside. And a walk on 4 pitches to Simmons puts a couple of base runners on for Sebring. Jet DeWitt to the plate. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Got a couple of base runners on. Sebring back-to-back outs to start the inning off of Engler and Stone, but since then, a couple of base runners on, and now both advance as the pitch is into the dirt, and Bird can't find a grip on the baseball until West arrives at third and Simmons at second. So now both base runners in scoring position for DeWitt. High inside pitch. Two balls, no strikes. 6 in a row outside of the strike zone for Atkinson. DeWitt followed by Trip Hanley. This is dropped into center field. Base hit. West will come in and score. Simmons rounding third. Throw coming to the plate. It won't get Simmons. He will score. Meanwhile, with a throw to the plate, DeWitt will take second. So a DeWitt single that drives in 2. West and Simmons will come in and score. And DeWitt will take second on the throw to the plate. And the Sebring lead extended to 9. And all the damage here in the top of the 5th after 2 go down. Engler popped out to third. Stone ground out to third. But since then, West with a single, Simmons walk. And the DeWitt single scored 2. And it looks like a pinch hitter coming in for Trip Hanley. That'll be Hernandez. Hernandez, when he was batting as the 12 hitter, had a single that drove in a run. He came in and scored a run too. So he has had an at-bat. Drives this one to third. One hopper scooped up by Thomas. Goes over to first and gets Hernandez on the 5-3. One runner stranded, but 2 coming in score. Sebring's lead now 9 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. Riley Atkinson will start things off for Marianna. Cooper Castleberry and Landon Cornelius due up in the inning too, but they will face a new pitcher for Sebring. Makai Taylor, after working 4 innings and facing 17, comes off the bump. He struck out 2, walked 3, gave up 3 hits, did not allow a run. And Jet DeWitt will step in his place. So the 2 swap positions, Jet coming over from second, stepping up onto the hill. And Taylor will move over to second. Well, and getting a good look at Jet DeWitt. He's a young man that was up in the box last weekend when we were doing machine pitch and T-ball baseball down in Sebring. I want to think he helped with some PA announcing down in Sebring. So when he ends his baseball career, he might can do a little play-by-play. Did a great job on the mic. Now will be on the mound and face Riley Atkinson. The left-hander will start things off for Marianna. First pitch, 1 hop to short, fielded by Stone, over to first, and out goes Atkinson. So 1 pitch, 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. Cooper Castleberry next. Landon Cornelius to the on-deck circle. Into the strike zone. Strike 1 from DeWitt. Castleberry walked, got to second in the second, and was stranded there. As a matter of fact, Marianna loaded things up in the second inning. Another pitch from DeWitt into the strike zone. But Marianna leaving the bases loaded in the second. Well, it looks like we got some finals. Before we get to the finals, let's get to some shout-outs. Go Tyler Green and Makai Taylor for the Green and Taylor boys at home in Sebring, as it is fouled away by Castleberry. Go get 'em, Gammons. We love you. From Mom and Dad. Keep it up, Sebring. Mitch, Liam, and Aiden are cheering for you. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Castleberry awaits. A couple of finals. Brooksville has defeated Sneeds 13-1 in the Majors division. And over in Ozone Division 2, Shalimar a 10-zip winner over Franklin County. Strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Got Castleberry, and there's 2 away in the fifth. So 2 gone for Landon Cornelius. Cornelius with a walk. He was stranded at second in that bases loaded scenario for Marianna. Keaton Foster moving to the on-deck circle. Couple of pitches outside of the strike zone from DeWitt. DeWitt in for Taylor. Taylor working those 4 innings. High inside pitch, 3-0. Bottom of the fifth, 9-zip score. Here's the DeWitt 3-0 offering. It is outside, and Cornelius walked. So Marianna gets a base runner with 2 away. That's the 4th walk issued by Sebring pitching. Taylor walked 3, and now DeWitt has walked his first as Keaton Foster comes to the plate. Foster popped up behind the plate with the bases loaded in the second. Marianna has stranded 5 thus far in this one. Out of the strike zone with the DeWitt pitch. Shout out says, go Sebring. Jesus Paniawa, number 4, we love you and good luck, from Letitia, Jose, and Giovanni. Well, another one missing from DeWitt. Go Jesse from Shelby, Abdulia, and Bella. Taylor coming over to the mound to have a conversation with DeWitt. Taylor got some credibility on the hill. He worked 4 innings in this one before handing it over to DeWitt. DeWitt getting 2 outs quickly and then has run into a little bit of a problem, walking Cornelius. Throw goes down to first, designed to get Cornelius, winds up in right field, and Cornelius will take second. So Marianna now with a base runner in scoring position for Keaton Foster. Foster awaits, DeWitt delivers. It is swung on and missed. And the count runs full. Top of the order, Aiden Smith on deck for Marianna. Here's the payoff pitch from DeWitt. Goes outside of the strike zone, and Foster is the second consecutive walk issued by DeWitt. So a couple of base runners on as we go back to the top of the Marianna order. Aiden Smith, who has popped out and been hit by a pitch, coming to the plate with 2 on. Landon Gammons moves to the on-deck circle. And he's going to be hit again. Last time was by Taylor, this time by DeWitt. And Marianna's loaded it up in the 5th. So bases all full for Landon Gammons. As coach will come out and have a conversation with DeWitt. DeWitt looked very comfortable on the hill with the back-to-back outs. Got Atkinson and Castleberry. Then walked Cornelius, walked Foster, and hit Smith. And the bases all loaded up for Landon Gammons. DeWitt picking up a handful of that Northwest Florida red clay. And Gammons will make his way to the plate. Gammons 1 for 2. Wrapped into a 4-3 in the first, and then singled in the 4th. Cody Bird moves to the on-deck circle. It is chopped towards short. Stone will field it. Closest route to an out is second. And Gammons hits into the 6-4. Couple of base runners left on. Actually, a total of 3 stranded. Bases left loaded. That is 8 left on for Marianna through 5 innings. We are headed to the 6th. Sebring 9. Marianna 0.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We enter the top of the sixth. Zach Hewitt starting things off. Jesus Paniawa will come to the plate as well, and Makai Taylor in a 9-zip contest. Got another final for you. San Antonio beats West Fallujah 19-4 in 3 innings. That's in AAA Division II. So the other games have wrapped up. This one is at the 1 hour 42-minute mark and headed into the top of the sixth. Here in 1 for 2 in the game. He is ground out to second and single. And we'll start off the sixth for Sebring. Major League Baseball, kind of surprising that nobody's playing yet. Games get underway in about a half hour. Rangers and Twins will start your Saturday afternoon matinee of baseball. Everything else happens a little bit later on in the majors. Inside with the Atkinson pitch to Hewitt. Top of the sixth, 9-zip score. It is rolled slowly towards third, gobbled up there by Thomas. And he will go to first and get Hewitt on the 5-3. 1 out, Jesus Paniawa coming to the plate. And it looks like that is Kobe Moshing who will bat for Paniawa. So it is Moshing pinch hitting here in the sixth with 1 away. Moshing had an at-bat back in the third as the 11 hitter. And, of course, in Dixie Youth Baseball, these age divisions, it's a 12-man offensive rotation, first trip through 9, every trip through thereafter. So Moshing got an at-bat as the 11 hitter back in the third, had a single and scored a run. And now we'll pinch hit for Paniawa. Swings, misses. Atkinson has come in and done a nice job for Marianna. Came in and got the last out in the third, worked the fourth, the fifth, and now the sixth. Has given up a couple of runs and a few base hits. Looks like about 3 total. But has done an admirable job on the hill for Marianna. Top of the order moves to the on-deck circle. That is Makai Taylor. 1 ball, couple of strikes on Moshing. Wide with the pitch to even the count at 2. That is very wide. Like about 2 or 3 feet away from Cody Bird, the Marianna catcher. One that simply got away from Atkinson. As he will step off the hill, coach will come to the plate. Nope, he's going to come over to the scorekeeper, who is situated underneath a tent behind home plate. Brief conversation with the official scorekeeper, and then steps back into the batter's box. Does Moshing back over into the dugout goes coach. Swing and a miss by Moshing, and he will strike out. So Atkinson gets Hewitt to wrap into the 5-3. Moshing strikes out. That is K number 2 in the game for Moshing. I'll make that for Atkinson. And there's 2 away as we go back to the top of the order. Makai Taylor next. Taylor 1 for 3. Takes the pitch, wraps it to short, backhanded, and short by Gammons. Throw over not in time. Taylor will get on with an infield single. So Sebring picks up their 10th hit of the game, as Taylor is on for Camden Engler. The bulk of the damage, though, for Sebring came in the third. That's when they got 5 base hits, plated 7 runs. Added a couple of runs in the fifth. But half of their hits and 7/10, or make that 7/9 of their runs coming in the third inning. Swing and a miss by Engler. Engler 1 for 3. Popped out to first, did the same to third. And this is Tyler Green, by the way, pinch hitting for England. And we'll roll it off the end of the stick foul. So Green batted as the 10 hitter back in the third inning. He was part of that 7-run third when he scored a run after a walk. And getting a pinch hit for Engler here in the 6th. Hunter Stone moves to the on-deck circle. Here's the Atkinson pitch. Little floater towards second. It is fielded there by Smith. He'll go to second, get the out, and put it into the top of the 6th. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 left on. 5 stranded for Sebring through 6. We go to the bottom part of the inning. Marianna knows the task. They lead, make that need 9, prefer 10. As it'll be started off by Byrne, Thomas, and Broxton will follow.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Marianna in need of 9. Their preference 10, and they're facing a new guy on the hill, Trip Handley, relieving Jet DeWitt. Jet DeWitt worked an inning, faced 6. No strikeouts, couple of walks, no hits given up, did not allow a run. The first Handley pitch to Cody Bird into the strike zone. Bird 0 for 1 in the game. Ground out to short in the first and walked in the 4th. Luke Thomas, Jordan Broxton due up in the inning, too. Pitch too tall, and the count evens at 1. One ball, 1 strike. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the 6th. It is fouled back this direction, and you're going to hear a bonk maybe in a moment. Nope, it went off the backside of the roof. Thought it might travel onto the roof in which our field mic sits, but it did not. Byrne, Thomas, and Broxton in the bottom of the 6th. It is wrapped towards third, grabbed there by Engler, goes to first, gets the out, as the throw got there ahead of Byrne for out number 1. Well, there's your line score. You see it on your scoreboard. 9 runs, 10 hits, and an error for Sebring. No runs, 3 hits, and 4 mistakes thus far for Marianna. Luke Thomas making his 3rd plate appearance. He is 0 for 2 in the game. Cuts at the first Hanley pitch. Trip Hanley trying to put this one in the books for Sebring. Out of the strike zone as the count goes even. A shout out from Cousin Trevor to Jet DeWitt and Sebring. Thanks, Cuz. Popped up. And that's going to be caught right in front of the backstop. Looked like it might go over the backstop, but here it with a nice play. I got a fist bump from Blue. That's how nice that play was for Hewitt for out number 2. So 2 gone for Jordan Braxton. Win this one, you got Spring Hill at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Lose this one, and you got Chipley at noon. And for Marianna, it's down to Jordan Braxton. First Hanley pitch on the outside part of the plate. Braxton is struck out and popped out. He's 0 for 2. Big cut, no contact. And it is 0-2 on Braxton. He struck out as the middle out in the 2nd inning and popped out to 2nd as the last out of the 4th. Hanley trying to get Braxton to chase something outside. Did not, and the count goes 1-2. Here's the 1-2 offering from the lefty. Outside again. Count evens up. And don't forget, every game archived at its conclusion. You want a copy of a game, $5 per download. Start the download process by emailing info@jockjive.com. Well, the bottom of the 6th going to continue. Braxton delivers into right field. And Marianna will pick up their 4th base hit of the game. They've got Braxton at first with 2 away. Riley Atkinson next. 1 for 2 in the game with a single in the 2nd and a ground out to short in the 5th. So Marianna extending the game, pitches high and inside to Atkinson. 1 ball, no strikes. Marianna picking up their 4th base hit of the game. That drops into the strike zone. Count evens at 1. Marianna with a base hit in the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, and now the 6th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Hanley. Low and away for ball 2. Cooper Castleberry on deck, hoping for a chance here in the bottom of the 6th. Popped up, center field, and that's going to drop in as a base hit. Braxton will hold at 2nd, just out of Tanner Simmons' reach. And Atkinson will get on. And Marianna's got their first multiple hit inning. As back-to-back singles, one from Braxton, the other from Atkinson, have a couple of base runners on for Cooper Castleberry. First pitch high to Castleberry. Castleberry with a walk in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 5th. Now it is Landon Cornelius who has moved to the on-deck circle, hoping for a chance here in the 6th. Into the strike zone to Castleberry. Two go down and then 2 get on. Inside with a pitch to Castleberry. 3-1, and Castleberry, you would think, takes on a 3-1 with 2 gone on the bottom of the 6th, down by 9. High inside pitch, the walk to Castleberry, and the bases are loaded. So Sebring will issue their 5th walk of the game. It is the first for Hanley. And apparently that's going to be it for Hanley. Cornelius will come to the plate with the bases loaded and a new Sebring All-Star on the hill when we come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great.
Well, it is Hunter Stone that steps up onto the hill, and Hunter says, hey, listen, Coach, I don't need a whole lot of warm-ups. I've been playing here at short for a bit, making throws on the infield, so a couple of pitches, and he's ready to go to face Landon Cornelius with the bases loaded. So Trip Hanley will face 5, give up a couple of base hits, issue 1 walk, and leaves with the bases full. Stone takes over, wrapped towards short, fielded by the new shortstop Taylor, steps on the bag and puts an end to the game. So this one has gone final. It is a 9-zip Sebring victory over Marianna with a win. Spring Hill awaits Sebring with a loss. It's Chipley and Marianna tangling tomorrow. 9-zip your final score as Sebring played 7 in the 3rd, got a couple of runs in the 5th. 10 hits total, leaving 5 stranded, commit 1 error. Marianna scoreless through 6 innings, total of 5 base hits. They will leave 11 on. 11 runners stranded as they commit 4 errors in the contest. 9-zip your final score. Sebring wins it. Thanks so much for listening to our coverage. More baseball about an hour from now here on Field 4 in Bristol. Robert Williamson saying so long, everybody.